Yo, people. Okay, so what do I want to talk about today? Got to be careful what I talk about on here, because I'll obviously take the video down, give me another strike. I've got one strike, 3 strikes in 3 months, and my channel gets taken down. I don't want to lose that if I can help it. So there's certain subjects I want to talk about. But I don't want the video to go, so I'm going to try and keep it to a broad subject at the moment. So what I want to talk about is the fact that we are living in World War III. This is World War III. Now, anyone who's been awake for a time knows that this is World War III. This is not some great revelation. For people that are waking up, or people that are not awake but starting to look at stuff in another way, it's like, you know what I mean? It's like, this is what's going on. And it's funny because, like, it's sort of like, I remembered it, like we was one of the protests, it was raining, last protest I went on, and we was all like huddled under Marble Arch Station and getting away from the rain, and this guy said, oh, it's like World War II, everyone hiding in the undergrounds. I went, it's World War III, mate. You know what I mean? It's like, and I could see him sort of like not really sort of thinking about it. I goes, this is a spiritual war. That's what World War III is. And could see he hadn't thought about it, but a few people around me are like, yeah, that's what it is. So it's like, this is what we're dealing with. World War III, a spiritual war, an information war, because that's how they're dealing with it. They're fighting us with the information and misinformation and the manipulation of information, the control of information through the bad and the good, so the false information plus the truth, but they manipulate through controlled opposition. So it's an information war, trying to get the truth out there, trying to work out the truth and share it with people. So like, yeah, it's an information war, but ultimately it's a spiritual war. And that spiritual war is ultimately fear versus love. Now, love is the only truth. All that truly exists is love and light. The rest is illusion. So love is the truth. And they keep us in control, and they have done for thousands of years with fear. Fear of everything. Fear of losing your job. Fear of disease. Fear of death. Which is the ultimate, by the way, that's the ultimate fear. This is the shamanic path. And once you've got rid of the fear of death, you have no fear of anything. And that makes you extremely powerful. So when people go through the fear, have no fear of death, then obviously that's a powerful thing to deal with. And you know, death is an illusion. Death is just a transition to another place. There is no death. There is no beginning. There is no end. There just is. So it's like, so people like, this is it, World War III. And, you know, like, this is what they're fighting us. They're fighting us with the fear at the moment. They're really, really promoting it in so many ways, because they know we're going through this awakening. They know it's the age of Aquarius, and they're trying to keep it down. And they've planned this for years. I can't even imagine how many years, possibly thousands of years, depending on how far they go back with this. This could have been always their plan, or it could have just been a few hundred years. I'm not positive, but I suggest that it's been their plan from day one, because they're very aware of what's going on, and they've planned pretty much everything. But this is the thing where, to me, it's out of their hands now. It's like they've had the control, but this is where humanity's waking up, and this is what we got to do, because, like, ultimately everything, this is why everything is about the healing, because the inner world, the reason why the world is like it is because our inner worlds are in turmoil. And this is why healing is everything. Like I've said before, if everyone just healed themselves, the game would be over. Because once we start working from the heart, they cannot touch us. And that's why they've kept in this low vibratory state, fear vibration, to stop us working from the heart, so that they can keep manipulating us and keeps us unaware of our power. But this is the point. This is what's happening. We're waking up to our true power. We are powerful spiritual beings. That we've forgotten it. They've hidden it from us. They know it, and they don't want us to wake up. But they can't stop it. Do you know what I mean? They're trying, but they can't stop it. But that said, you know, like, you can't just sit around waiting for everything to happen. Do you know what I mean? That's not God. That's not the power within. You have to do your thing. But at the same time, Like, don't go killing yourself. I see certain people like getting ill and sick over the truthing of this, coming, like whatever. Like, if Facebook does your heading, come off Facebook. If YouTube does your heading, come off YouTube. If Instagram does your heading, come off you. Do what you've got to do. Don't kill yourself or make yourself ill for the agenda, because that's what they want. Like, and I'm not going to make no names in the truth room, but I see people, like, you know what I mean? And they're living in the ego state. They're living in this, like, I'm going to save the world mentality, and if I die for this, so be it. It's like that ain't no good, do you know what I mean? Unless it's the ego death. That's the death. Do you know what I mean? The ego death, the shamanic death, the death within inside us of the ego, so we find our true self, and then we are working from the heart. That's what it's all about. And that's ultimately what's going on a mass humanity level while we're waking up. So when we wake up fully, the masses will go through, the ones that are awakened and are awakening to it and following and listening to their intuition, their inner tuition, the inner tutor, the inner teacher. Intuition, see? It's all there. It tells you what it's doing. Do you know what I mean? So this is the teacher. None of this. You don't need YouTube. Ultimately, you don't need YouTube. You don't need social media. You don't need anything if you really, really just go within, sit within, and listen to yourself and listen to your guides. So, like, yeah, I mean, this is it. This is a spiritual war, and this is what this is. But this is World War III. Make no mistake. Look at it. They've locked the world down. It's World War III, but it's an information war, or ultimately it's the ultimate spiritual war. But it's always been a spiritual war. It's just now it's a full-on spiritual war because we're awakening to our true powers, and that's what's going to happen. So, like, yeah, like, thought I'd just drop that video. Yeah, just keep working on yourself. If you're getting ill and sick, you're buying into their agenda. So keep yourself as worry-free, or stress-free, and as healthy as possible, and keep yourself, keep healing, doing your bit to heal. Like, Rome wasn't built in a day, as they say. You can't heal overnight. It takes a long time. It takes time, but ultimately we're going through this awakening, so things are going to be happening faster because there's going to be energy and light coming to the world. So things will be awakening and people happen. So we're getting like these light injections, if you like, to this thing, which will help us awaken. So, like, it's the time to heal, but you got to do the work. It's not just about sitting back, putting your feet up, doing nothing, or on one side of it, and then on the other side doing, like, trying to kill yourself for the cause. That ain't gonna do no good. So yeah, it's all about the healing. It's all about the inner world being healed, because the outer world is only a reflection of our inner world en masse. Anyway, I just thought I'd drop that one. Peace!